Oh, hello and welcome and welcome and hello. Thank you for tuning in to Un Poco Mas. I was just catching a 15-second power nap between videos. And I would like to say hello and welcome and welcome and hello on behalf of myself, Danny Deals, executive producer, Hurricane Lopez, supervising producer, Stock Karen, and the rest of the team here at Strong Arm Trading and Un Poco Mas. We would like to say hello and welcome. Let me open up my eyes so I can see you guys more better. Guys, if it is a Friday, we are going to talk Gamida Cell Limited, ticker symbol GMDA. Um, guys, this was a penny stock. It had fallen very, very hard on some financial difficulties. End of last March, just went absolutely into the toilet. And then middle of April, got kind of a surprise and early announcement that their drug Omisurge was approved by the FDA. I guess the FDA had come back to them. There was a little bit of back and forth, and a lot of people expected maybe they would get approval later in the year. There was a significant short on the stock, so it shot back up. From 80 cents up to the level it had been trading at, about a buck 60, traded sideways up to the beginning of May, just shot back up over $2 all the way to I guess around $2.37. So it traded upward for about 6 weeks after the announcement, and then the last 4 weeks, or really since the sixth, so yeah, the last 5 weeks, guys, the stock has just gotten steadily hammered and sold off, as you can see, guys. Steady rise, steady fall. Not much in terms of drama. It tried to find some support at $1.75, pushed back up through two. It encountered resistance there at around $1.93, and then ever since then, guys, just been selling off basically as fast as it could. On the day, guys, you see this is a very natural pattern. Ortex shows the stock isn't being shorted. The short is down. And then I saw an article the other day that like 60% of the trading volume was short, and it's one of the most heavily shorted stocks. I don't know exactly how they're shorting it. But Ortex is not showing that. That's reflected in the cost to borrow. I mean, you note, guys, that the short interest has gone down over the last 3 months, 65%, but the cost to borrow is up 246% from 6% to 22%. And that's while utilization has gone down from almost 100% to 34%. So, why would cost to borrow go up so dramatically if there's no short on the stock, guys? It wouldn't. So, according to an article I read, I wish I had it in front of me. I, lost it in the ether of my brain cells long ago. But guys basically said they're shorting the hell out of the stock. I don't know if it's dark pool. I don't know if it's yet to catch up with this data. I don't know if it's just such a small stock. They're not aggregating all the data properly. Not sure, guys. But one of the key things people are kind of hanging their hat on is that Gamida put in a new CFO, and they are very sort of dialed in with Novartis, and they are a deal maker, and they, get these mergers and partnerships going, and that's, coming in toward the end of May. Now had almost 2 months to get acclimated, to speak to all the players, both in house and potential suitors. A lot of people think the timing is ripe for an announcement. Deal Monday, deal Monday, deal Monday, Monday. Um, Alcohol burning funny cars, 4 monster trucks. We'll sell you the whole seat, but you're only gonna need the edge. Guys, so we don't really know if anything will be announced. We don't know what discussions are underway, but we do know that there are companies very interested in this drug. The stock has been getting a lot of FUD lately in the media. Um, Gamida Cell, let's see. Should you sell Gamida Cell stock Friday morning? Investment Observer. This is not really that relevant, but I don't know. These little rag articles, they just come out multiple times a day. It's these are basically talking about momentum and just statistics. These are like just computer generated articles. Really nothing to look at. But the other day, guys, July 11th, data published in Transplantation and Cellular Therapy suggest antiviral protection after transplantation with Gamida cells Omisurge. And guys, GMDA Gamida, a cell therapy pioneer working to turn cells into powerful therapeutics, today announced the publication in press of its prospective sub-study of the phase 3 clinical trial for Omisurge, the company's allogenic stem cell transplant therapy characterizing immune reconstruction kinetics following hematopoietic, sorry if I'm messing up these words, stem cell transplantation, HCT, with Omisurge compared to UCB. The article appears online on the Transplantation and Cellular Therapy Journal website. 37 patients from 14 global sites were included in the sub-study, and blood samples were collected from 7 to 365 days post-transplantation. Omisurge was found to facilitate faster immune reconstitution, including NK cell and helper T cell reconstruction, than UCB before day 28 post transplantation. The early reconstitution may account for the reduced rate of viral infections observed after transplantation with Omisurge versus UCB. Guys, this drug works really well. It does really amazing stuff. If you understand science, tell me what the hell all this means down in the comments. Other than it is life saving, it allows these cord blood transplants to take when I'm understanding maybe the matches aren't as good. You don't have a match. This basically helps the transplant work and not develop an infection. That's my understanding. But this has been explained to me by people on bulletin boards and also in these comments, and I've also read a lot about it. But again, guys, you don't have to be a scientist or understand this to know that there's a market, that the FDA approved the drug, that there's a lot of companies that would want to buy the drug, that there's a lot of patients who need the drug to save their life. And this thing is going to get rolled out and put in the market, and soon, one way or the other. The speed of immune reconstruction is critical for patients who are vulnerable to infection immediately following transplant, said Michael Horowitz, MD, senior author of the publication and stem cell transplant specialist and professor of medicine at Duke Cancer Institute. Guys, I just want to read who's talking. Like, it's not some fat, curly headed freak on the internet, guys. This is Michael Horowitz, MD. Okay? Michael Horowitz. Wasn't he one of those like anti-corruption guys on TV for years and years? Michael Horowitz. That sounds really familiar. But guys, professor of medicine at Duke Cancer Institute, senior author. Okay, guys, this guy is not some kind of dope. These data suggest that Omisurge generates rapid functional recovery of the immune system, which may be associated with a lower rate of viral infections observed among patients who received Omisurge. Guys, print that out, tattoo it on the palm of your hand, read it every day. Read it every day. Read that sentence. These data suggest that Omisurge, and just so forth, Omisurge patients demonstrated up to a 70-fold advantage over patients who received UCB in median cell counts across most cell populations, occurring predominantly in the short-term post-transplantation setting, including NK and T cell reconstitution in the first 2 weeks post-transplantation. Guys, this drug lets the cells you need to fight off infection thrive and regenerate in the body so the transplant works and your immune system can regenerate itself. That's what I'm reading. This thing seems like a miracle. And, again, even to a layperson, you can read these numbers: 70-fold advantage over the control. That's what I'm reading. You guys tell me down in the comments. What the hell am I reading? What's going on? Am I wrong? Is this bad? Is this bad that this works so well? I don't think so. By 3 weeks post HCT, Omisurge recipients were 3 times more likely to achieve clinical relevant TH and NK cell counts of 100 cells per something liter or above. I don't know what that little symbol with the U with the big thing, but picoliter, deciliter, milliliter, 2-liter bottle, 40 ounces to freedom. I'm not sure, guys. Omisurge patients received a 33-fold higher median dose of CD34 stem cells than UCB patients. The CD34 cell content for recipients transplanted with Omisurge correlated with faster immune reconstitution by day 7 post-HCT, which in turn coincided with further hematopoietic recovery. Hematopoietic? Tell me down in the comments, how the hell do you pronounce that? I won't be able to tell because it's in the comments, and I'm already reading it, and I already can't pronounce it. How will that help me, guys? Think it through before you make these idiotic suggestions. I don't have time for this on a Friday. Omisurge recipients exhibited superior reconstitution of B cells, dendritic cells, and monocytes. Clinical outcomes in the sub-study were consistent with those from phase 3 study of Omisurge. The grade of 2-3 infections first year was significantly lower with Omisurge and UCB, 29% versus 70% versus bacterial infections, and 6% versus 45% for viral infections. God, that is incredible, guys. The first year for bacterial infections, 29 versus 70, and viral infections, 6 versus 45. Wow. That's amazing, guys. I don't know what else to say, but it sounds really good. The approval of Omisurge was based on the reduced time to neutrophil recovery and reduced risk of infection compared to standard cord blood. Renat Simantov, MD, Chief Medical and Scientific Officer of Gamida Cell, the robust recovery in multiple immune cell populations we observed provides potential mechanism for the reduced incidence of serious bacterial, fungal, and viral infections associated with Omisurge transplantation. Stem cell graft source is known factor influencing immune reconstitution along with other factors such as patient age, disease type, preparative chemotherapy regimen, and post-transplantation supportive care. These data support past findings that Omisurge stimulates faster immune response to standard cord blood. These authors noted several limitations study, including sample size. Additionally, there is available literature comparing constitutions to Omisurge, although age variation influence some immune constitution out less amounts of no effect. Omisurge is a nicotinamide modified analgenic homeostatic progenitor cell therapy derived from cord blood. I know that was terrible, guys. Come on, give me a break. Those are hard words, and I'm really not that smart. For adults and pediatric patients 12 years and older, so that's, huge population, can even help children, teenagers with hematologic malignancies who are planned for umbilical cord blood transplantation following myeloblative conditioning to reduce the time to neutrophil recovery and incidence of infection. Give me initials on that. Following MC. Myeloblative conditioning. I can't pronounce this stuff, guys. I did not go to medical school. I barely went to grammar school. So, guys, these gives you the warnings, the indications, hypersensitivity, infusion reactions, graft versus hot disease. Gives you all the warnings, gives you the label. And, guys, these numbers, this data is incredible. I mean, if you need a life-saving cord blood transplantation, the possibilities of infection are reduced absolutely dramatically, and your immune system recovers much, much faster, this data suggests, with Omisurge. So, I mean, this thing is really nothing short of a miracle here, guys. Again, if you know what's going on with the short on this thing, please let me know. Best stocks, promising prospects for Gamida Cell Limited, Intact Financial Corporation. This is Roberto Liccardo, July 11. Omisurge made exciting announcement regarding the groundbreaking plan. This information, yeah, that's what we were just going over, guys. So what is the chart telling us here, really, if anything? Over the short term, obviously, you know, I mean, I don't know what you can learn from this. We had a triple top here in terms of, looks like there might be a little bit of resistance at like $1.93, $1.92 level. But guys, we're not even close to that. Pushing the stock back down. Obviously, they had the dilution at $1.30, and then there's a ATM offering also that I believe is still open. They can still sell several million shares at the money or at the market. People yell at me because I say at the money, but yeah, used to gambling. Anyway, guys, at market price. So people fear a little bit more dilution, a little bit more downward price pressure. People are worried if it breaks down under $1.31, could fall right back under $1. I personally don't see it, guys. I mean, I'm just looking at this data. I'm looking at what this drug does. I'm looking at a $160 million market cap. And yes, they do have some debt, guys, but even the bears are saying this thing's going to sell $500 million a year into a mature market. I mean, how long is that going to take? How can it not be trading for at least that? I mean, I think 3x from here is a no-brainer if there's some kind of deal. I think this thing's worth more like $12 a share, given everything that I'm reading. And I don't think debt's going to be a big factor because I think a much bigger company with a lot more money is going to be really hot for this drug. I think discussions are ongoing. I think, the CEO has all but indicated that. And, they want to get this thing to market, as fast as possible, get it in the hands of as many patients as possible, save as many lives, and in the course of doing that, make us shareholders some moolah. Guys, it's GMDA, Gamida Cell Limited. Didn't have that much to say, but a good article out. I'm sure if you read it yourself rather than listen to me stammer and mispronounce my way through it, it would be much more productive. Guys, full disclosure, I have accumulated a couple tens of thousands of shares of this stock. Been buying it every single day. I do think it's undervalued over the long term, considering what this drug does. And also, there's some other drugs that look pretty good in this company's pipeline. They may be a ways off, and I know they're really focused on commercializing this drug, but this is not a one-trick pony, guys. They've got a couple other cards to play. So if there is a buyout or something like that, or partnership, a partial buyout, an investment, equity investment in the company, whatever it might be, somebody partners with them as a company rather than just as a drug. There are some other things that could really be of interest down the road. I'm not going to get into it right here, guys. Been going on long enough for a Friday afternoon. By the way, Topper time check. It's 1:42 p.m. out on the Pacific Coast. Market's been closed for about 40 minutes. It's Friday, July 14, 2023. The ticker is GMDA. The company is Gamida Cell Limited. The news, more and more data coming out about the Omisurge, their drug that was approved by the FDA in April, and the data just looks better and better every time you see it. I'm not seeing what the bear case is. People see the trolls, the troll farms, the turds, the ne'er-do-wells, the douchers, the turds. I think I already said turd, but you get where I'm going with that. Like, basically, their argument is like they're not going to be able to roll it out. They're not going to be able to reach the patients. Nobody's going to pay the 300 some thousand, but they are going to be able to roll it out because these transplant centers are few and far between, and all the patients are concentrated there, so they're very easy to find. The payers are going to pay the 300 some thousand dollars because it's a fair price, considering everything this took to develop and the fact there's relatively few patients compared to some of the other major drugs like a diabetes drug or a heart disease drug. This won't be, quite as common, but the patients absolutely need it, can save their lives, and the insurers have agreed to pay their price. All that's really left is to get this thing into actual production in Q3 and start getting it out to patients late this year. Very exciting times. Gamida Cell Limited, ticker symbol GMDA. Guys, thank you for tuning in to Un Poco Mas, the show where we give you just a little bit more on behalf of Hurricane Lopez and Stock Karen. We would like to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you and goodbye. Goodbye and welcome. Hello and goodbye. I don't know why you say goodbye. I also say goodbye. On that confusing note, thanks for watching. It's Un Poco Mas at Standy Deals.